Going back to Miami Tuesday, looking forward to playing there?
Another game for me. Another game that we're expected to win for sure. So we got to figure it out. Figure it out very quickly.
Team, are you curious what kind of reception you get?
Not really. It don't make me no difference. I'm a member of the Wiggs.We. I love that fan base. They showed me a lot of love while I was there. But I'm there to win now. I'm on the opposing team.
When you look back at your career in Miami, how would you categorize what the team was able to do while you were there?
We was all right. We didn't win nothing like we were supposed to. So, I don't know. We made some cool runs. We had some fun. I think that's all we did.
What do you think just kind of
we just didn't come out ready to play. We came out like we were just going to win the game. And we got diced up defensively in the first quarter. And from that point on, you're fighting uphill battle. So everybody's comfortable. And they took it to us. So we got to be better. That starts with me. We were terrible defensively. Once it's NBA, once guys get into a rhythm, it's hard. And they got into a rhythm, had it rolling. It's tough to stop that. So we got to come out ready to play.
How do you kind of look at a loss like this where, I guess, shorter scope, you guys are whatever, 16-4 in the last 20, but obviously...
It's a bad loss. It's a terrible loss. When you're in the position we got a chance to compete for something. 11 games left with everything to play for. You shouldn't have a loss like this. It's too much on the line. You got to win the games you're supposed to win. Obviously, Steph's out. Still a game we should win. So it's a terrible loss.
I guess with that in mind, what are the keys to responding in Miami?
I got to come to play. Come out and play defensively. Come out and play hard. We got Jimmy over here. I know this is a big game for him. They got Wiggs over there. I know it's a huge game for him. So just like we want to win for Jimmy, they're going to want to win for Wiggs. We got to come out ready to play. They've lost, 10 games in a row? 6 or 7 of those games come down to 4 or 5 point games, last couple of possessions. So it's a little fool's gold that they've lost 10 in a row. We know who the Miami Heat are. They play hard, discipline, so we got to come out and play hard brand of basketball.
Draymond, as a former Defensive Player of the Year and a contender again this season, you saw Dyson Daniels tonight, who's also considered amongst the favourites. What do you make of his defensive impact and what you've seen from him this season?
I just think his game overall, the way he's grown. He came into the league 8th pick, I think, right? And, that I think everybody wanted something so fast. And that's just the nature of the league that we're in. And then, he was in New Orleans where it's kind of a log jam at his spot. And so you kind of get a quick opportunity to show yourself. And if not, it's kind of on to the next one. So I applaud him for just sticking with it. He's come to a new situation, and he's taking total advantage of his situation. Being a lot more aggressive offensively this year. So just applaud him for sticking with it and, getting the opportunity to show who he is as a player. You come all the way from Australia. First year, you're adjusting to being in America, all these different things. And did he do the Ignite?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. You're adjusting to life in the NBA, all those things. And so you got to give credit where credit is due. He's kind of found his way. He's going to be in this league doing what he's doing for a long time.
And just how much more challenging is it for a non-rim protector? I mean, you're not technically like a center in that sense to win it.
I'm an elite rim protector, though.
I know, but I'm not like...
But just as elite as they come.
I mean in the sense, though, that you're not a traditional center like...
No, yeah, I know. I'm just joking. I'm messing with you.
Just how much more challenging is it for a non-center to win this award?
It's tough. Because a lot of time it's judged off blocks. But he got steals, so he's doing a good job there, but it's a tough award to win. It's just the way it is. But I hope he don't win this year. So we'll see. All right, I have to go.
Just not physical at all in the first 6 to 8 minutes. Just let them get in the rhythm, and they're really good at swing. They're second in passes, I think, off drives in NBA. So they thrive off that, especially if you ain't being physical with them. And yeah, role players hurt us.
Anything you feel like you guys found in the fourth quarter defensively?
Physicality.
When one way to look at the loss is, generally you guys have been really good over a couple of weeks. It's the NBA, bad nights happen, but also obviously what the standings look like right now. How do you kind of view a night like this?
We got some favors the past few days from teams above us. Thankfully, a lot of those teams that are above us have to play each other, so it'll be in our favor at least one way. But we got to take care of games like these. It was a game we're supposed to win. But we just got to figure it out. I think the physicality part's big, and I think we just got to rebound for Tuesday. Obviously, Jimmy's going back to Miami, so we got to be ready for him.
What do you expect, Miami?
I expect us to go in there and be on 10 and just kind of do whatever we can to win the game. It's going to be scrappy. It's going to be physical, as expected. Obviously, Jimmy's emotions and energy is going to be high, and so we got to do the right thing and be there for him.
Did you lose that in the first quarter?
Yeah. 40 points in the first quarter. We were swimming upstream the rest of the way, and I love the way the guys fought after that, but it was a layup line in the first quarter. Transition defense was awful. Give them credit. They were ready. They came out smoking hot, and but at halftime, I think they had 23 assists and 3 turnovers, and we didn't impact the game defensively until it was far too late.
Did, I guess, the lack of effort surprise you? Or lack of
No. I think, these games are tough, when you fly across the country and the team's waiting for you, and they've been playing well, and they just blitzed us. It's just it's disappointing, and you want to have a better effort coming out of the gates. But I've been in this league a long time, and I've seen this an awful lot. Tough to get the legs moving and the mind working. That first game, we had this earlier in the season, I think, at Charlotte. Terrible first half. It's not an excuse because it is what it is. Everybody deals with it, and they were by far the better team out of the gates, and that set the tone.
I guess just big picture, where are you at? How do you feel about your point of attack defense at this point?
I didn't feel good about it tonight, but we were the second-ranked defense in the league coming into tonight since we traded for Jimmy. So overall, the defense has been really good. We're right at the top of the league in deflections, forcing turnovers, but didn't happen tonight. So the biggest thing is we got to respond, bounce back. We got a big game in Miami. It'll be a great atmosphere. You lose a game like this, you got to respond, and especially where we are, in the playoff picture, and with everybody right there in the West. So we got to bounce back.
Steve, I think Kuminga scored 16 in the first half. What did you see in him? And then the second half, did you just go up with the guys that were kind of getting you back in the game?
Yeah. JK did a good job in the first half, and then second half, I just went with the guys who I felt gave us the best chance. Thanks.
Thank you. With regards to the turnovers the last couple of weeks, anything you've been noticing on that end? Is it the way teams are guarding you? Are they unforced, combination of both? What are you seeing?
Mostly unforced, I would say. I think it's been decision-making has been poor. We're just being reckless. And with that said, teams are, playing aggressively, and Toronto really got into us. Atlanta will get into us tonight. Daniels is a one-man wrecking crew, so we've got to be ready. We can't afford to turn it over against these guys.
Do you feel pretty positive about the Steph news?
Yeah, Yeah, yeah.
He's just getting treatment at the facility. You're hopeful, I assume he can join you at some point on the trip?
Yeah, very hopeful that at some point he'll join on the trip, but just not sure when at this point. But no, he's doing well.
I just wanted to know, Jimmy coming from Miami to Golden State, just what makes him such a good fit for your team, in your opinion?
Jimmy would be a good fit with any team. He's just an amazing basketball player. He's an incredible decision maker. He's strong as an ox. He gets into the paint and reads the defense. As long as we're spaced well, he's going to get us a good shot. And so it's been amazing to watch him acclimate so quickly to our team, and then vice versa. We've got to acclimate to him too, and I think we're getting there. But we've had some time to get used to playing with him, and it's a different look for us. We've never really been an ISO team, and he's one of the great ISO players in the league. So it's been a nice mix, but I think we can get better with our offense for sure.
And leadership-wise, when it comes to what you've seen from him on the court as well as in the locker room?
Yeah, phenomenal. I mean, just the way he looks after our young guys, playing one-on-one with them after practice, pulling them aside during games, talking. He's been an amazing leader.
Coach, a big conversation around Atlanta is whether a guy like Dyson could be able to win that Defensive Player of the Year. I know you didn't play with Mike when he won his, but playing with him and just knowing what it takes to be such a special player to win something like that, what do you see? Is it taking a guard to pull off that kind of award? And what do you see out of Dyson that just makes him so special?
He's got a great chance. I mean, just watching tape to prepare for this game, first two games I turned on, 3 steals immediately in each game. It was remarkable. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Literally first 3 possessions of the game, 3 steals. So he's a wrecking crew. He causes a lot of havoc and great hands, great anticipation. So he's for sure first team all defense, and I think he's right in the mix, especially with Wembanyama out. I think he's got a great shot at it.
Coach, what do you think about the progression of Zachary Rizache, another very good French basketball player?
Yeah, I mean, we don't see Atlanta very often, obviously, just twice a year. But watching tape today, he looks like he's gaining a lot of confidence, and he looks very fluid out there. It's the reason he was the number 1 pick. I mean, he's a very talented guy. So they've been able to give him a lot of minutes this year, and he looks like he's playing very well.
Coach, you were a successful coach at the Olympics in Paris last year. It was a great tournament, and in the FIBA rules, there's the 10-minute quarters. One of the challenges the NBA faces is load management. Long games, long season. Do you think there is a case to be made for potentially shortening NBA quarters to 10 minutes?
I do. Doesn't look like anybody is going to shorten the schedule anytime soon, which would be my preference. But if they're not going to do that, I think 40-minute games would make a lot of sense.